Did I push the button? I pushed the button. Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion. Also kind of confused. I didn't realize or didn't remember if half a second ago I unmuted the microphone. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. I see Deflux. I see Good VJ. I see President Not Sure. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. As you know, on Friday on this channel, we have Community Day. And Community Day is a day where I invite any of you to start conversations about whatever technology related or relevant to this stream's content topics you want. And yeah, we'll get started. So to start off, Deflux has asked about hello, kitten. Deflux has asked about if anyone is cloning the identity server repo and posted a link to an article or to a Reddit about this. Yeah. So what is it like? I think .NET 8 and above does have a decent alternative to using identity server. So I don't really have a reason to use identity server. In fact, I kind of want to just not have anything to do with them, even if it's cloning their repo. Yeah. So no thanks. Not me. Not me is the answer, but definitely feel free to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I stayed on Identity Server 4. So I hadn't upgraded because you could still use Identity Server 4 without a license. But as soon as you tried to create a new Blazor app, for example, you'd get Identity Server 6, which is Duende Identity Server. And that's the one that you need the license for if you meet whatever the criteria is. So yeah, that's a no from me. Thank you very much. But hello, TBD Gamer. Fantastic stream this morning. Shout out to TBD Gamer. Context on what? On the Identity Server thing? So if you guys don't know TBD Gamer, I'm sure you do. He's a .NET developer, fantastic developer, has a lot of experience with .NET development, working with different technologies that I have never touched, I've only heard of, and he works with it pretty cleanly, pretty fluidly. So it's really cool to see. Enjoy his streams. He streams Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. You learned about OpenID today. Yeah, so that one is definitely a good project. Again, I try to stay in the box when it comes to identity. I don't want to implement my own. I don't want to go through the trouble of following steps to implement some other thing that isn't built in when I can get one for free from .NET that suits my needs. Oh, yeah. I'd rather it not be a part of .NET history. Just forget about it. But those are my opinions, and I'm allowed to have opinions because, as it says, we are being opinionated. They are not truths. They are not ways that you should think unless you agree with it. But if you disagree with it, you do not have to think this way. Not in the least. I don't want to make you feel one way or another, because I am not invested in how you use it, only in how I use it or don't use it. And I'd rather just forget about that part of my life. All right, close that, close that. So, as you know, also, I won't be doing a workday stream after our community day because I am taking today off of work. I was going to take President's Day off, but I had already been working for a few hours before realizing it was President's Day. So I went ahead and just worked the whole day, billed for it, and I'm taking today off instead, since I don't get paid holidays as a contractor. So what I was doing today, though, so far this morning, one, I was playing with music a lot, which I turned my headphones down too much and I can't hear the stream music. Turn you down. You're turned down. Okay, but the other thing is after my morning routine, because I'm still doing my day like I normally do, so I got up at the same time. I was on TBD Gamer's stream hanging out and lurking on other people's streams like F. Boucher, for example, aka Frank, aka F. Boucheros. Shout out to F. Boucheros. Who had a great stream this morning working on a 6D, I think it's 6D, a dice rolling game for navigating rooms and stuff. So that was fun. But when I came back to my computer, since I came to this computer, I was like, I don't want to do the music. I don't want to move the music stuff over here because reasons. There have been issues in the past with loading Fruity Loops on this computer and breaking my stream. So I opened Unity instead, which surprisingly is not affecting the stream at all so far that I can tell. And so I was working on this. Yes. Okay, so this is my synthwave scene. I'm trying different things. As you can tell, there's a lot of anti-aliasing issues going on, or aliasing period issues going on. But these are the mountains that I was struggling with for so long. I took them back into Blender, cleaned them up a little bit, and they work a little bit better. So what I would like to do next with them is to get a shader that draws the outlines on them. They are very, very glowy though. The HDR on them is super bright, but I wanted the lines to be super glowy. But yeah, so that's the next thing that I want to do. And then the thing after that is to get this sun to actually be part of a skybox, but because it's kind of difficult for me, since I'm not very artistic, to create a skybox that's the whole 6-sided skybox thing, I'm just going to use, let's see if I can zoom out fast enough. I'm just going to use a sphere. Someone gave that as a recommendation, as a tip, which is you can just have a sphere, draw its inside face, and have that be the skybox. I thought it was pretty clever. The thing that's making the grid lines on this plane, it's no longer a terrain, it's just a regular plane, but I gave it a custom shader using shader graph, following some tutorials. That pretty much just draws lines. I think it was this one. No, it's not this one. That's a script. But yeah, if you're interested in helping me out at all with this, I would appreciate any input, since I'm not very good at Unity. But essentially, like, I think I've shown the, what's it called? The inspiration image for this, which is a synthwave scene that has low poly mountains, but the thing is that the grid lines are all going towards the vanishing point in that image, and they are horizontal to the surface. They're parallel to the surface plane, and I can't figure out how to do that with the limited tutorials I've done so far. But yeah, that's this scene. That's what I was doing. That's what I was having fun with this morning. Yeah, it's this one. This is so much fun. I was certainly enjoying it though. Netrunner's here! Woke up early today. Yep. So yeah. So that's this scene. Just having fun with it, enjoying it, trying to make my own backgrounds and stuff for the music stream, if that continues to happen. I'm having so many issues with the music stream. Okay, but yeah, so there's the Duende's, sorry, not even Duende, just the Identity Server 4 project information. The last thing that Deflux said was, I've always used Active Directory, Microsoft Passport Network, Windows Live ID, MSAL, ACS, Microsoft Entra, and Entra ID with Blazor. Gotta love Microsoft marketing. Yeah. The naming of things too, and the renaming of things. Makes it super helpful. Okay, so that's that. The other thing that would be cool to do today is, while we're waiting for topics and more conversation, is to set up the GitHub pipeline for the open source project that we work on. on community days to use cake. Cake. And that's, why do I have so many open? That's somewhere over here. So in the last community day, which was awesome, by the way, Fulusnabo came in and talked us through setting up this cake file and also how to use the cake file. So what we're wanting to do next then is to be able to use this in a GitHub Actions to be able to generate the NuGet package and then do a release on that NuGet package. Or those NuGet packages, actually, because there's going to be multiple NuGet packages that get created. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out last Friday's video. It's on YouTube. It's still in my VOD history for now, until it disappears off of Twitch. I have my YouTube chat covered up. Not good, but it should be working. Restream seems to be working. Water. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's ask Gemini. You can collapse. Let's create a new chat. New chat. Oh my gosh, why do you keep expanding? Goodness gracious. We're going to ask Gemini how do I set up a GitHub action to use my cake, my build.cake, to use build.cake. No, this is just, wait, really? So it's still just about the same amount of steps needed in order to build, to do a regular build. So you check out your repo, you install .NET, you install the cake tool, and then you run build.cake, not build.sh. And then it actually does tell you how to upload the artifacts to the artifacts path, which we have in /eat a cookie. So /NuGet. This branch is 6 commits ahead. Yes, it is. And we will merge it eventually. Hi, Thindle. I can't remember the command, but I'm waiting in the room. Right. In 3, 2, 1. Thindle! Whoa, you're quiet in my ears. But that's me. It's not you. Oh, actually, it is you. Just kidding. You're muffled. I think you have the wrong mic. Turned on.
Better?
Better.
Yay.
Yep.
Yay.
Man, everything is weird. Turn that down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do we do?
We are trying to set up that build.cake that Snubble helped us get set up as a, or in a GitHub action. And so I was asking Gemini about that, and it still kind of looks like it's just about the same number of steps as if I was going to do a build and publish.
On pull request, check out code, install SDK, install cake, run the cake, and upload the artifacts. Yeah, I mean, so far so good, but if you start adding more things to the cake script, then
Yeah, then I
I
don't
think
have
you
to
can do
change
more
anything
advanced
else.
stuff in there than you can in the workflow itself.
Oh, absolutely. And then also being able to debug it locally, that was one of the bestest things ever.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was so cool.
Because debugging actions is not the most fun.
All right, so this is the GitHub Pages pipeline action, whatever they're called.
Yeah, I think they're called actions, but they're also under workflows, I believe. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's just call them all
They
of the
haven't quite
things.
decided yet.
And
It's
then
only
this is
been
going to
what, 10
be
years or
our
something.
PR. What should I call the publish pipeline? Is that what I should
Duca.
just call it? Well, yes, of course, but I need more
Yeah.
than just Duca.
Yeah, I mean, normally it's continuous delivery, CD flow.
Oh, true.
So you have a continuous
Well, I mean,
integration to check the
it's going to be
scripts and
both. So
yeah, so usually you have two, and you could reference one from the other. So you have CI to build and run tests. Then you have CD, which does the same thing and pushes to live. So you could set up one CI and
I
then
didn't know
reference
that
that from the
CD
CD and
actually
push that
does the
out.
build too. I
Yeah,
always
it
thought
does.
that you do the build once in CI and then you get the artifacts from that build. And then
Oh.
you use CD to publish those artifacts.
I mean, it's usually the same thing that you run in CI and CD just has an extra step. But you don't use the artifacts from the CI run to push it. I have never come across that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly,
Good feature.
Snazzy.
Yeah, so like for example, in Azure DevOps, because that's what I use all the time, I have my CI, which is just the build portion, and then I take the NuGet packages and I put them in a staging directory, and so they're in here. Then the release reads that directory and only pushes the .new package files to the local feed.
Yes, and that's usually not how it's done. But I mean, if it works, right?
Interesting.
So
I would have
you
thought
usually
that
have a
is the standard.
dedicated workflow or pipeline of whatever you want to call it, depending on your environment, to do this in the delivery, and then that's called from the release part. Because sometimes in CI, for example, you want to compile it and run your tests in debug. So you get better error messages. Not saying always, depends on how you're building things. But then in CD, you always want to release builds, right?
Right, yes. Absolutely.
I keep turning my mic on and off, but I'll let you guess why.
Because you're wanting to... No, wait, no.
Trying to be respectful. I am going to
You're being
cough in
very
your ears
respectful,
at
which is
one
awesome.
point. Yeah, I'm going to forget it at least once and cough you in the ears, and I'm terribly sorry about that beforehand.
I will do my best to forgive you. It's gonna take some effort. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but as long as you try, right? Do you want to hear something horrible?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's not then. Yeah.
You asked. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm not going to say anything then. Snazzy wants to hear it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it something that will make life suck? Or make people think that life sucks?
No.
Or hate, or be angry, or frustrated, or...
No.
Okay.
No. So I am slightly strapped for liquid assets at the moment.
You need water.
Not that kind of liquid.
I know.
Yeah. So I have a 2080, RTX 2080.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
what Angie's
And then
running.
yesterday something happened
Oh no.
at 3 p.m. over here.
Mm-mm.
So I now have a 5070 Ti
Oh. Oh, awesome.
for $1,000 Swedish.
Wow.
I mean, converted to Swedish with all taxes and everything. Fairly expensive, which means I have even less liquid assets and I will have to live on noodles.
Wouldn't it have
So then-
been better still to get a replacement 80 XX80?
Maybe, but I mean, try getting your hands on those, and this card is about 3 times faster than the other one.
Because I thought that the last two numbers really dictates like how much RAM or how much VRAM it has. I'm not good with hardware, so I don't know these things.
I mean, the two last numbers is the horsepower, right?
Yeah.
And the two first numbers are the architecture and stuff like that.
Yep.
So by going up 3 steps, 3 generations, and going back 1 step to a Ti instead of an 80. So yeah, Netrunner, it's a 5070 Ti with 16 gigs of VRAM. So here's the fun thing. I come home. I put my computer down on my dining table. And I pull out my old GPU and I go to put the new one in and it doesn't fit. Because it's too big.
To me. Oh my goodness, that sucks.
It's a problem that always happens to me, you know? It doesn't fit, it's just too big. Yeah, and we just broke PG-13, so yeah. So luckily I'm a little bit handy. So now it fits and it's in the computer. So yeah, if you want to get it out, it takes 9 normal screws and 4 thumb screws before you can even access the card. Because I kind of pulled the entire case into small pieces, put the card in, and then rebuilt the case around it. I've got a Meshify 2 case, so it's very moddable. Pretty much every panel can be removed.
That's cool. Yeah, this one can as well. The thing that happened was I got the 4090 for that computer, and I was taking that computer's video card, which was the 2080, and putting it in this computer, and that's the video card that didn't fit in this computer. I was like, oh, well, crap.
Nice.
So there was a lot of moving around, taking off panels, taking off, like there's this cover for the power supply so that the power supply is in its own channel, channel as an empty space that spans the
I've got
length
the
of
same.
the case.
It's a great place to put your spare cables.
I had to remove that.
Like the stuff you don't need.
I had to remove it. So now the heat from the power supply is still getting in the case, even though it's a pretty breathable case, but it was still nice to have a separate area for the air to flow for the power supply.
Honestly, sometimes not having a cover can be good for your computer. Because the inside piece of the PSU is an intake and it pushes out the back. So, I mean, it could technically be used as another exhaust fan.
Yeah, definitely. Agreed. But again, this is the same computer where I tried to put another. Yeah. This is where I tried to put another video card, and because my power supply was not great, it was like a 600 watt, which is phenomenal, of course, unless you're using high-powered video cards, in which case it just fried. And there was smoke.
Oh, you got the magic smoke?
I got the magic smoke.
Oh, that sucks.
It's Tyndall.
It also gets in everywhere.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and it takes forever to get that out.
Yep.
Yeah. Blown capacitors. Not the best thing. Is something ringing?
It could.
I'm gonna remove my headphones and see if it's on my end or yours. I can't hear anything. It feels like it kind of sounds like a ringtone, but I don't know. Could be my computer
Like
as well, because it's not in my room.
an actual phone ringing, because none of my
And it
phones
goes like
make...
beep, beep, but really low. Very, very low. I don't know. It's probably something in my computer. As long as it's not, in my apartment, it's fine. Nothing bad. So I also came across a typical issue I have, which is I have a lot of cables connected to my computer, including 4 display ports, of which 2 are outputs and 2 are inputs. Which ones goes into the GPU and which goes into the capture card? Yeah. Took me 3 tries to get it right with all 4.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Squish.
But I kind of have to have that if I want my fancy camera.
Here for a second.
Connect the in to the out. Yeah, that's what I did. I connected the incoming cable to the outgoing port. Nothing happened. Luckily. Didn't blow up.
It would have been exciting, but not good.
Brand new graphics card and magic smoke.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that is what happened to me. I got the 4090. I was trying to put it in Angie. It didn't fit, and I finally got it to barely fit and plugged in all of the power supply stuff, but power supply was like, I need more.
But the card was all right, was it?
The card was all right because it's sitting in that computer over there.
Phew.
That already had a 1000 watt modular power supply.
Yeah.
I love this modular power supply though.
It's amazing. It's so much easier when you don't have to stuff over like 15 billion cables. Yeah. Plus, if you want to spend tons of money, you can get custom cables.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got something of a... Oh wait, I'm not sure if my PSU is going to be able to handle this, to be honest.
Oh dear.
It's a 750 watt. And I'm running a 5090.
Like if you... you're also running that video capture card.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cheap.
I thought you said 5070, not 5090.
Yeah, I've got a 5950X as a CPU.
Oh yeah,
likes to drink power.
Yeah.
And then I have this, which they say also likes chugging power.
Chug.
And then the capture card, but I mean that's fine. That's not going to be an issue. We'll see. Worst case, I mean, I'll just have to upgrade my PSU as well. Because, I have so much money right now after buying that GPU.
Yeah, what I'm doing is, what I have been doing is putting the interest that I earn on my bank account in a separate, leaving it in that account so that I can gain more interest, but I'm logging it in a separate account. And then if that reaches the threshold for getting the NAS, for example, which is now getting a PC that will be used as a NAS.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit more than just buying the out-of-the-box NAS, because I want it to do a lot more than what Synology...
But if you want to do more, then you pretty much need to do a custom one.
Yeah.
Like a Synology can run Docker images, but they're going to be fairly slow and, no GPU. If you don't need hot swappable drives, Fractal actually has a really nice case. They can fit like 12 or 13 drives internally, and it's small.
I don't need hot swappable drives.
It's one of those, fancy. Of course you need that if you're going to build a NAS, but technically you don't. So how often do you replace drives like that? I'm going to see if I can find it. I think it's a Node chassis.
But I mean, I would still get are there motherboards that are specific for NAS? Are there?
Not really.
Yeah, so I would just get
Not
like
really.
an ATX motherboard or something.
Yeah, and then an HBA, which is basically a card with SATA ports. But I'll link the thing in.
Cool, got it. We'll open that.
Yeah.
My Drobo has drives fail fairly often. What is a Drobo? And Deflux is saying I have a GPU in my Xpinology. Synology?
Oh, you can install that. I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, if there's like an out-of-the-box solution that I can just buy that will run web apps, host web apps locally, I'm not planning on opening it up to the internet. Host web apps locally, I can deploy to it, and can be connected to, let's say, another computer that's used for the GPU intensive stuff, like LLMs and other generative models.
Yeah, and it's when we start talking about LLMs that I'm like, oh, is a Synology really going to be able to run that? But then again, I mean, if you can put a GPU in it, I did not know you could do that. Oh, nice.
Cool.
Can you link it, Deflux? But this case is really cool. It's really wide, right? So it's very cubic. Yeah. If you scroll down a bit, you can see the images, and they have internal images there, the right ones. So the computer itself is on the left, and then the PSU and the drives are on the right.
Nice. Nice.
Or actually, I mean, if you're looking for... no, it's this way. Never mind. So yeah, this is from the front. And apparently it's fairly quiet because it has a ton of fans, even though it's so small.
I need quiet. Because it's going to be sitting in the room that I plan on doing all of the music recording. So like if I'm performing actual parts live.
What is
I would put it in the... Yeah, I have no idea. I would put it in the storage room, but that's where the HVAC system is. And it's pretty warm in there. And I can't really control the humidity.
Yeah.
Xpinology is usually custom built, but running disk station. Oh, yeah. So pretty much what Thinda was recommending I do, which is buy a case, build a computer, and then install a NAS operating system on it. I keep saying NAS, but you say NAS.
Yeah, I say NAS.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
I'm thinking attached. So I think that's why I say A the way I do.
Yeah,
could be wrong.
Sounds right. I mean, sounds right.
Yeah.
Use those computer for NAS. I am, however, that computer, yeah. So I am currently using that computer. It has Windows installed on it, full Windows 10. Can't upgrade to Windows 11, obviously. I could eventually just install and not... I'm still gonna say NAS operating system on it.
It's fine. Yeah.
Put some clothes on that.
There are a bunch. You can go for a free one like OpenNAS. I don't even know what I'm saying now.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or you can go with oh crap.
Oh, thank you, Coconut.
The options. There are options. Let's just put it like that. Most of them are paid, but I mean, if you're building a computer for, true NAS. If you're building a computer for, 2,000 US, then paying, I don't know, like 25 more for a license, it's not that hard,
If it's only $25, yeah.
Yeah. But I have experience with the QNAP and TrueNAS.
So Netrunner's looking for a dual-core Xeon V4 or Threadripper. DC Aggie says, I've been using OMV and then Casa OS on top of that, and it works but has stability issues with USB drives. Hopefully, I don't have to worry about USB drives. I want them all to be internal.
Yeah. Netrunner, have a look at Asus store.
Here's a picture
They have
from
a
Deflex to you.
100% NVMe NAS for you. I think it fits 8 NVMe drives, and you can upgrade it with small form factor RAM sticks. SO DIMMs, what they're called. Took a second
Deflex
for me
wants you to see
remember.
this.
I'm a look in 1 second. I'm gonna click it. Yeah, NVIDIA vGPU driver for Pascal. Oh, nice. But then you have to run a 10 series graphics card if it's only for Pascal.
I don't know what any of that means.
I think it might work for newer things as well. Maybe. But yeah, this case looks really nice. I have its little brother as my, it's called compute.home.local because I use the most obvious domain name locally here.
Learned Pascal in high school.
And that's basically that chassis, but half the size and without all the drive cages. And that's where I wrecked a 1070 Ti. Because I'm an idiot. You know, if something doesn't fit, use violence.
Yes.
Don't do that to graphics cards. It's a really bad idea.
Oh.
Luckily, I only cracked the graphics card connector, not the motherboard itself. I tried fitting a 2.5 slot graphics card in a 2 slot wide chassis. That was not smart. Yeah. Borland.
I
did
never
Borland
learned
C++
any of this.
as my first compiler. And then
I was
did
basic
Delphi.
and QBasic.
Yeah.
That's as far as I
Yeah,
got.
I don't count basic as compiled.
True.
I don't know.
True. Yes.
My first programming was in ZX Basic.
Yeah. TVD gamers even chiming in on that one. You guys got to play with technologies that I either didn't know about or just, yeah. I wasn't a real developer growing up. I didn't have the same childhood as all of you smart people.
Nah, man, you're just as real as everyone else.
My dad had a Commodore 64, which is something that I can say that a lot of you can. You had a Commodore 64. It had a thick book that had a whole bunch of programs that you just copy pasta whatever, or you type it in yourself. That's a lot of links. You copy pasta all of the text in the thingy, and then you run it, and you see a ball bounce across your screen. That's as far as I got.
Yeah.
My first actual software development experience, well, I guess VB6 a little bit in 1998, but then was Java, C, C++ at university.
Yeah. I did.
So this is the PC that Deflex was telling me about.
Deflex.
Looks like a crypto.
Deflex. Is that a Meshify chassis? No, I don't think it is. It kind of looks like one, but I don't think it is.
There's the channel. The
yeah.
Whatchamacallit channel.
That thing looks like a Meshify Mini.
Vic 20 for me. I was 5, says TBD, and 4.
Yeah,
that's an insurance claim.
That's an insurance claim waiting to happen. I agree. I love the 2.5-inch Samsung SSD just hanging there. Or it looks like it's hanging in the cables.
No, they are actually
no, the one to the
in
left.
a dock. Oh,
no, to the left. In front of the drives. There you go. That looks like it's really just hanging on with the cables.
Air cooled.
Yeah.
As it's sitting right next to a hard drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hey, I've
doesn't
seen
sound like
those
it'd be very cool in that space.
things before. Did you get those from like AliExpress or something? He's got like plexiglass things that he screwed the hard drives into.
So this thingy here.
Yeah. And they're apparently really terrible to work with if you want to, change anything. But they work great once, they're just
I'm just not seeing any cold
done.
aisles.
No. I'm waiting for a supplier of mine to send me a test sample of a thing. They're going to send me two 28 terabyte drives.
I don't trust tiny URLs.
Because I think those drives are like just over 1,000 US each.
Okay, it's at Amazon.
Yeah. They're also slow as molasses, so.
Let's go here. No one needs to see my Amazon.
But I want to.
Here we go. Not my Amazon. You do not want to.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the one that I was thinking of. Although, no, this doesn't have any angles or anything. It's just two flat pieces of plexi, right? And the one I saw
it makes it look
with...
like like there's a corner right here.
Yeah. The one I saw came with screws, rubber grommets, and that.
Yeah.
The plexi sides.
He's saying that there is like this here definitely makes it look like there are screw holes for fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the issue that I read about is that if you want fans and you want hard drives, the issue is I keep saying issue. The width doesn't quite line up, so you can't install the fans once you have hard drives in there. And installing hard drives while you have fans in there is apparently a really terrible experience until you get like 4 or 5 of them in. But I don't know. But just building it, I mean, you put the drive down, you screw it in, and once you have 2 or 3 in, it's going to be stable as heck, and you can just add the rest of them. And for $200, or sorry, $20 US, then hard to beat.
Where are the LEDs? Dukesoft says it needs more RGB. How is it going to get faster if you don't have any RGB?
I mean, RGB gives you 5 extra FPS. It is
so much boost. So much boost.
How many drives does the $29 one fit? 10. All right.
RGB so much, says DCID. But then again, you also prefer light mode. So we can't really trust your judgment on that.
Do you guys ever watch Code Rushed?
Watched him before, yes.
Yeah. So I met Mark in real life at a conference.
More cowbell.
And he had a session about usability. And he talked, in general about color theory and stuff like that. And he actually said that there are no studies saying that light mode gives you more eye strain, except for if you're in a really dark room.
Right. Yes. If the light source is coming from directly in front of you only, and everything else is dark around you, definitely going to cause eye strain and fatigue.
But if you got the lights on, then there's no difference physically. Then you can always have, your preference.
There's
tons of people
though.
Just going rah, this one is better because I hate it, whatever. But
there is a difference.
Physically, there is? Because he said there wasn't.
So there's a higher cognitive load in dark mode because of the way that your eyes process the contrast of light and dark. And if you are looking at light letters on a dark background, you're more prone to look at the dark, which is more information.
So it's the other way around then.
Yeah.
He said that when actually looking at programmers and text and the way that we work, since we don't only have white text, we have tons of color text as well. Apparently there's
Yeah.
If any,
Yeah.
extremely little difference.
I could see that argument. Had no problem with amber
Yeah.
on black, yeah. Or white
Yeah,
on
I remember
blue.
those. I have an LCD with amber on black. It's a
Oh.
laptop. It's a
Corey's
portable
saying,
computer.
can I call you Core or is it Corey? Corey count? I said Canute earlier because I can't read. More drives for increased storage or more redundancy. My NAS. I use 2 drive redundancy on a 5 total drive system. Just had drive go critical yesterday. It seems I have a drive die every year or so. Man, that's not. I'm kind of not wanting one anymore. I just want another PC that's just going to sit there and I can access files on it from network.
Do you remember
And
what I
just
said about try to buy the drives a bit spread
yeah,
out and don't
yeah,
buy like an
definitely.
entire just batch of drives?
I wrote that down, especially with
Yeah.
like different non-serial serial numbers. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
say.
I mean,
That
I don't
great
know what you
advice.
have around you, but buy a few drives from Newegg and a few from Micro Center or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
not going to be serial, like in series, because you don't want
My
all of
NAS
them to
is
die at the same time.
wow, Dukasoft. My NAS is 9 years old. Only had 1 drive fail on it so far. Yeah, I've had a
Core,
whole bunch
I've
of
only
Western Digital
used the Iron
drives.
Wolf myself.
Yeah.
The ones that I'm waiting for are actually Western, but they are also data center classed. So,
Oh.
as I said, they are just over $1,000 each for a hard drive, and I'm getting them for free, which is
Whoa,
a
you
nice
cut out when you
price.
said free. That was weird.
Yeah, but I went really high pitched as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it
For
was like
free.
your noise canceling was like, that's not Thendall's voice, that's too high.
Probably, yeah. Probably that.
Backblaze has
Yeah,
real life
6 years and
into
3 months power on time. Make sure to get drives that can spin down, guys.
spin down.
Yeah.
Spin down. Such an
AKA
old people
stop.
phrase.
Yeah.
Nothing spins. Well, I guess you did make mention that a lot of NAS drives still use SATA.
I mean,
SCSI?
they're spinning
Whatever.
Rust.
Yeah.
SATA or SAS or whatever, and they're spinning Rust, so they can spin down. AKA stop. And there is extremely little reason to use SAS drives these days. If you have a need for a SAS drives, just get NVMe instead.
Oh.
Use SATA for bulk.
Well, I can't show it though.
And please use at least one parity drive, or like Core did and use 2.
Thank you so much for the
My
follow.
NAS is a bit too small, so I only have 4 drives. I only have 1 parity. But I do also, from that, back up all the important things to an external hard drive from my NAS. Because RAID is not a backup.
What can I show of this?
Netrunner, yeah, using NVMe as caching is a good idea if you're running a NAS OS that does caching.
I am decking a
Hey,
screenshot.
You're talking to a guy who has his home lab and NAS box like on a card on his Twitch profile. Like, here's my setup, here's my home lab. Because that's very interesting for everyone, right? Seeing that I'm running an HPE microserver and an old computer and a Node 304.
I'm sure it is. I wasn't fully listening because I'm trying to take pictures.
It was extremely unimportant as well. So.
Oh no! I don't mean to though. My
I
cognitive
just said,
load was just like, I can't.
yeah, I just said that I'm one of the weird people who have the specs of my home lab and my NAS as a card on my Twitch profile.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because
It is
that's normal
cool. I mean,
behavior.
there's a bunch of people that nerd out about that.
Yeah.
So absolutely. I encourage this. I endorse this. Okay, is this
I
everyone?
need to update it because I've actually got another server. Plus, I just changed graphics card, so. And I should also add a small badge from Microsoft. You know which one. I'm gonna stop talking about that.
No. That you should be proud of that.
I am
Absolutely.
proud, but
it's so awesome.
I also shouldn't. What's it called? You know.
Toot your own horn.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
But
that
I
one
am proud.
is really cool. It's awesome that you got it. And if you don't know what he's talking about, I'll talk about it since he's not gonna. He got MVP, kicks butt, doing vlogs, doing talks, supporting communities. Awesomeness.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is the current state of my drives. So these up here are obviously the ones attached to Angie. This is just Google Drive. Why is that one even full? I haven't been uploading anything to Google Drive. And then a 2 terabyte external USB that's half full, or little less than half. A internal 1 terabyte NVMe, internal 4 terabyte NVMe, which both have a total of 700 gigs free. And then there's Thyrobius, who has 4 terabyte, 3 terabyte, which are both relatively full. And in fact, Thyrobius's C drive, which is also a 4 terabyte, is in the red. And then Nightshade is the computer that's back there that's really old that I'm using to back up all my stuff to. And that one is... I'm a hoarder.
Yeah,
I have a problem.
I know the feeling.
I have backups of like computers from 1982.
Wait. Oh, I can't chat in the stream room. I'm gonna DM you a picture or a screenshot.
You couldn't do that in
stream room? No, not in the stream room.
Very, very weird. Okay, open in browser, on screen. And it's open in this browser. Screw
and for
you.
some reason, it didn't show the free space on my network drive, so I brought up the properties of it instead.
Oh, because this is still the incognito window. Go over here. Okay. You have a little less than half free on your 1 terabyte. I'm assuming this one is NVMe?
Yes.
Cool.
And the other one
then an
is
SSD. External or internal?
No, that's internal. All of these are internal except for the network ones. That one is a SSD stripe on SATA. It's multiple SSD drives. Not sure why that's not showing the size either.
Yeah, size either. Damn.
That one
15
is
terabyte.
3 terabytes. The D drive is 3 terabytes.
And fairly empty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
You have lots of
Some
space.
home folders.
Can I borrow some?
Sure. So the C drive is the same
VFS.
hardware as the E and F drive. So the E and F are split in two. And then I have 23 terabytes, I believe, on the NAS.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, 22 usable.
Give me. Yeah, I was gonna set up the dev drive on Angie. So what I'm planning on doing I have no
Mm-hmm.
idea if I'm really going to commit to this because now that we're getting closer to the time that I said I was going to do it, I'm planning on backing up all of Angie to a 10 terabyte spinny disk that's
Yeah.
connected to Nightshade and reformat them and only bring back the files that I use on this computer and the apps that I use.
Smart.
Because he's been doing some weird stuff lately.
Smart. I mean, as I said, RAID is not backup. I'm
Yeah.
not sure about this, 321, but what I do at least is I back up everything important from my network drives to an external drive at home. Plus, I take the stuff and I send it to a backup server at work. Because I've got a VLAN connection up there. And at work, I take my stuff and I back it up to the backup server at work. And then I send that home and back it up on the external drive as well. So nothing is cold, but everything is in two places on two different computers. Everything is hard drives though, so it's not two different media, but... And Dev Drive has one really, really, really big upside, by the way, if you haven't used it yet.
What is it?
It is
I mean, it
that you
has
know that you have a
bunch.
dev drive. That's how you know that you have a dev drive, so you know to put your code in that place, not all over the place.
Right.
I tend to put some on the C drive and then some on a source folder somewhere, and then it defaults to somewhere else, and then I have a temp folder, and yeah. I was like, I have a dev drive, I will put everything there.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the, well, it's not that important, but I tend to name my drives the things that they are for. And then if I
Yeah.
have like more than one type of data in there, then I just map a local network drive, if that makes sense. So like on Angie, I have an X drive that is specific for the music, even though it's on a drive connected to the same computer.
Yeah. And I mean, I did the same thing. I have local drive, which is just my OS, content creation and games, parentheses, SSD. Home folders, M2, and dev drive, M2. It says, what the drive is, what it's for, and what kind of hardware it is.
Your naming is a little bit more involved than mine. Mine is just like, this is where my music is, this is where image projects are.
Yeah. Deflux, if you're doing that, are your drives labeled as well? Because then it actually makes sense. I mean, if you're rating them.
And it is true, though. He's naming them as the stuff that they have on them.
Yeah.
Data 1.
Yep.
I still have my D drive on this computer labeled as new volume, though. But as the network share, it's SSD external.
Yep.
Oh, no, wait. D drive is connected. The F drive is the SSD. Weird. So D drive is my game installs.
Nice.
I need to rename that volume.
Speaking of and absolutely nothing, now that I have new toys, does anyone have any good games to recommend? I think I should be
What
able to
types
run
of games
most
do you
of them.
like?
I like story games.
Story games.
I want a really good story. That's important.
That's
don't
hard.
like Twitch games, like these.
Why is it never all?
Yeah, just those, flick the mouse over and hit a headshot in 0.5 milliseconds, or you're gonna die.
Never. I play Rust. That's a story-based game.
Very.
It's a horror game too.
Yeah.
Is there a specific genre of story-based? Like, do you like fantasy games? Do you like historical? Do you like horror?
I do fantasy and science fiction mostly.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I haven't found
on the
very many
topic
good
of
games lately.
not flicking things, I usually play games on easy because I want to experience them. I don't want to keep just doing the same boss over and over and over and dying over and over and over. A small challenge, fine, but I don't want to repeat myself 500 times just to clear something. I don't enjoy it.
So the things that, well, like right now I'm playing Final Fantasy 16, which means like almost all the Final Fantasy games I play the same, which is I grind until I'm overpowered so that I can just play the story. Like do a couple of things, watch a cutscene, do a couple more
Yeah,
things, watch the next cutscene. So I'm pretty much watching a movie with
that's very
very
typical
little
of me as
gameplay.
well.
Yeah. So okay, so you like that too. So
Yeah.
of the Final Fantasies, I can definitely recommend the remake, Final Fantasy VII remakes, if you grew up on Final Fantasy.
I
The
didn't really. I
Star Wars
didn't like the
Jedi games are fun.
turn-based combat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've played one of the Star Wars Jedi games. Maybe I should pick that up again. I think I stopped halfway through for some reason.
probably because there's a lot of combat in it, like a lot of
But
combat.
I
But
have nothing
there's a
against
lot
combat.
of story. Beyond Two Souls was kind of fun. It was interesting. I haven't played this one, but Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I hear that one has a lot of good stuff. Banishers.
Should I
hear a lot of good
watch
things
the
about.
Avatar movies
Advert.
first?
Oh, I don't know.
I've seen the first one.
Again, I haven't played the game yet.
No. I saw Pocahontas in space.
Pocahontas in space.
Yes.
Which
That's
is
the first Avatar.
the first. Big Gamey's here. Hello, Big Gamey. Great streamer there.
Does
what else is
anyone not agree with me on that one in chat?
I mean, it's hard to disagree with that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing or a good thing. That's
No,
what it
no.
is. You're not wrong.
Definitely not.
I'm sure Edge of Eternity would be turn-based combat.
I like the Horizon games.
Yeah, definitely the Horizon games. Forbidden West. There's another game that's kind of like it that's coming out that I thought might have even been in the same universe, but it's not. But I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, I'm playing Forbidden West right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't actually played that one yet. I played Zero Dawn.
I've gone through maybe 4 or 5 hours of it, and it's, if you like Zero Dawn, you will like Forbidden West. Let's just put it that way. It is really good.
Can I show my list?
Zero Dawn, I did the normal thing. I played like every single side quest on that thing.
Absolutely.
And then I did the story. And I was so OP when I did the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hellblade was interesting. I mean, I really enjoyed the story of Hellblade.
That's the one with
I don't know her name.
the
but yes.
MC being cursed or something, right?
She just hears voices. She was very relatable. Yeah. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's
Medium
on my to-do list,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you got Mist.
Just like
I haven't
Bindle.
played Mist since Mist came out.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh, the Mist remake was a lot of fun.
Oh.
So this is like the
still
brand
the same
new
way with. Can you move freely in this one, or is it
you
still?
You can move freely in this one.
All right.
You can move freely in this one. It was a lot of fun if you are a fan of the original Mist game. Oh man, the nostalgia hit. It was so good.
Blade is kind of Viking themed, right? Yeah, bit gamey. I really try to sound just like Thindle.
Yeah.
When I speak, it's a thing I do.
Didn't I tell you guys that I cloned the Zephyr, whatever it's called, the voice clone generator AI software?
No.
Oh,
not that I heard, at least. Yeah, maybe
I'm
you
just
told
really
everyone,
fast
but I didn't
typer
hear
so
it.
that it runs, and that's why it sounds like Thindle.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Took
Yeah, that's what you mean. Right. Gotcha. What do you think about Near
I
Automata?
liked it. Mostly because again, I let go of the I'm expecting it to be one specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
The gameplay was fun for me. It's not as involved a plot as I would like, but
It
it
was
was still pretty
fun
good.
for a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
For me, I mean. I liked it for a bit, but then it got repetitive.
Hmm. Hmm.
And yeah, not that fun. Plus, I don't know, I played it with keyboard and mouse, and it is not made for playing with keyboard and mouse.
I
I
played it with
think it
keyboard
is,
and mouse.
I don't know.
I play
Yeah, it
most of the
feels like
games
it's
with keyboard
way
and mouse.
better. Yeah, so do I, but that game felt like it was way better. It must have been way better with a controller.
Oh, that's what I got for
Pixel
free.
Studio.
I was like, didn't I get Asaprite for free? And no, it was this. Okay.
Is that like a editor?
I think so. I haven't
Or is
used
the
it yet.
game? Yeah.
It's an editor. But I did end up
Portal
cloning
Reloaded.
the Asaprite Asaprite repo because I'm trying to make this into a pixel art. Yay, getting there. So many creative
Mojo,
endeavors
you
to
don't
follow.
ask, you just do and hope for the best. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
No, you can't because my thing is turned off.
Okay.
Whatever it's called, Steam.
So you could have tried
Steam,
it.
whatchamacallit. Yeah, you can still try to add me, but you won't see me ever.
Hmm.
Plague
So
Tale.
what's
Oh my
Portal
gosh.
Reloaded?
It
yeah,
is
Plague
a
Tale was nice.
fan made. What do they call it? Not really mod. It's kind of like an extension of the core game. At least I
Okay.
think it's fan made.
But it's on the Portal 2 engine, I guess.
Yes. Community made modification for, so it is a mod for Portal 2.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but yeah. Quantum Break, I started playing a little bit, got not super excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Great graphics.
Yeah.
Psychopass is it's pretty much an Otome for the most part.
Mojo just added me on Steam. Fine, sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Deflux. We're talking about games now, so.
Did you try Quake 2 RTX?
I pronounce it like saying a sprite. Okay, that's how I'll say it then. A sprite. I haven't. I have not. This was because, like, if I have any game on here that isn't my normal, it's because I got it from either giveaway or a pack or something.
Yeah, I got it for free as well. Maybe it is free, I don't know. But
maybe it is just free.
It's a very old game, and it feels like a very old game. The only thing they changed was the shadows, more or less.
Oh, yeah, real-time tracing.
Yeah.
Ray tracing. I probably have some title in here that I wouldn't want people to see, but we're going through this anyway. Who cares? Corn is pretty. Ori is pretty. They're platformers, 2D platformers. I haven't played Raji, but this looked visually interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't played the Tomb Raider series. Riven, oh my gosh. If you like Myst,
Oh yeah,
play Riven.
Yeah,
Riven is the
follow-up.
best Myst. Best Myst.
And this is also a remake, is it?
Yeah.
You got 100% on that thing.
So good.
Rocksmith.
What happened to coding?
Oh, that was a while ago. You got some Rogue Blight demo thing. Where's that from?
Yeah. From Steam. It's Code Red Games' game.
It's up there now.
But guess what? I haven't
You can just play it.
I have not.
I don't think I've played the demo. I've played the pre-release.
I love games that
Mhm.
frustrate the hell out of me. So
That's what I
Sekiro,
just said that I don't like.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to recommend this to you, but
No.
man, that
Have you
competency
played
challenge
the?
feeling.
Yeah. Have you played the newer-ish Tomb Raider?
You want to find the time to play Mist and Riven in VR? Yes. I have not played the Tomb Raiders yet. I have them all because of Epic and their
Yeah.
giveaways. I don't even remember where I got these from. I think they might have been from buying graphics cards
Yeah, I think
or
I
buying
have
from
at least
CyberPower
one of them,
PC.
and that was the same thing. It was a giveaway.
Yeah.
And
I'm only here for
3
the
is
plumbing
good.
portion. But yeah,
Ask away about plumbing.
I do want to play them eventually.
Hmm.
Sherlock,
If
I
you ask
didn't
about
really
plumbing, I
like.
will fail spectacularly at giving you a good answer.
Space Scavenger. Space Scavenger. I'm watching where
That
I'm lurking
Red
on.
Cabin, right?
Yep. I'm lurking on his
Yep.
stream right now as he is
Oh.
actively working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And dang,
Did you
Clay's
get that
still
with
going.
points?
Did
Or
I
did
get
you
it with
get it
points?
for
No, I think
being a
it's just
nice person?
available.
Oh. Oh, right.
Isn't it?
He did release a demo. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Big Amy's like, I'm offline apparently. Yeah, I need to find another channel to put there. I normally lurk on Anna when she's streaming, but she's playing a video game. I don't like video game streams.
Nah.
I
Kind of
like
over them.
watching people develop video games.
Yeah.
Obviously. Hi, offline apparently. Dukasoft. Spyro just because of
dragon.
the just because of the nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't
And
played
Jedi games.
Jedi Survivor yet, but
Mm-hmm.
Rise of the whatever the one before this is called, I definitely played that one.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. That was the one that I played.
Yeah.
You know,
What's it
where he
called?
pretty much finds out that, oh, you're a Jedi. You have connection to. No,
Last
wait.
Jedi?
He like no, he is working
Don't spoil
like a
it for people.
scrapper and hiding. That was the start of the first
Fallen
game.
Order. Yeah, Fallen Order. That's the one.
Yeah.
Jackie Coates is on. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy. So I played a lot of Final Fantasy. Even if I don't like the Final Fantasy game where it's gone, the way that the series is going, I still play them all because I played it ever since Final Fantasy 1 on Nintendo. And every version, including the Game Boy versions.
Do you know why Final Fantasy is called Final Fantasy? There's an actual reason. It was, what's the studio's name? Square. They'd done a couple of games. None of them were hits. They were almost out of money. Final Fantasy was their final fantasy to build, or they would have been bust. Yeah.
They did a really good job of working around that, though, and working that into their lore, where it is the Final Fantasy, but it is of a particular dimension or realm. So it's the same story pretty much over and over. And what happened is they formalized it. And so now every Final Fantasy game that's coming out follows that same formula. And it's kind of like, okay, let's do something new.
Yeah. And that's what they did with Final Fantasy 1.
I loved Final Fantasy 1 though.
Advent Children, is that the Final Fantasy movie?
Yes.
The animated
yes,
one.
It is.
Yes, with the space laser. Yeah, Spirits Within was the one I was thinking of.
Square have been almost out of money many times. Their Advent Children movie almost took them out as well. Spirits Within was the animated one, yeah. Well, the first animated one.
Yeah.
And then they had
the space laser that would kill Gaia.
Yeah, they had the episodic stuff leading up to Final Fantasy 15. And also the episodic anime that was leading up to Advent Children or after Advent Children.
I haven't seen Advent Children.
It's good. It's really good.
All
I
right.
loved it.
I remember when Spirits Within came out and was so good looking. And then you look at it now and so everything is plasticky.
Yeah. Big Amy was saying, or quoting, though often attributed to the company allegedly facing bankruptcy, Sakaguchi explained that the game was his personal last-ditch effort in the game industry, and that
Oh.
its title, Final Fantasy, stemmed from his feeling at the time. Had the game
Oh, all
not
right.
sold well, he would have quit the business. So it's more so his
Yeah,
last-ditch effort.
him quitting. All right, yeah. It was a Final Fantasy at least.
Yeah. Tainted Grail, this is the game series that I think they didn't do very good on. But that's the tabletop game that my wife and I play. And so we're everything about supporting Awaken Realms, but I don't know if I can recommend their games.
Have you guys
they are
played
turn-based real-time
Outriders?
strategy. Outriders?
Yeah.
Did I have that in this list anywhere?
I don't think you
No.
did. No.
But this isn't even like all of the games because of all the free games from Epic and GOG.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have like 300 titles, and I blame God. I blame Humble Bundle.
I blame GOG.
All
I
right.
blame Prime sub on Twitch, or Prime connected to Twitch. How is that not a bullet I hit? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I have.
Actually.
Yeah, that looks like a bullseye to me.
You're gonna have to be a very small amount. Don't forget that you can go out to like the 100,000 place. Oh man. So I really like the Tales of series because it reminds me of the old turn-based games, but like you said, you don't like turn-based. Talos Principle. There was a giveaway for it recently on Twitch Prime. But if you haven't played this game, it's just puzzles, but it does have a pretty good story with it too. I like it.
I'm gonna see if I have it.
Oh, there's
a
all of the Tomb Raiders.
non-zero chance that I do.
It's a lot of fun in VR. The second one, not as good. Yeah, I haven't even played the second one. I finished the first one and I was like, that was a lot of fun. There was a lot of intrigue in there. A lot of things to think about.
Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to
I
open
keep
Steam. Why is Steam not opening? And turns out it was on my prompter. That's a place you can have games, right?
Yes. Vampire the Masquerade. So the original Vampire the Masquerade, I just remember it being so good for vampire lore, for accuracy. And then I tried to play it again and it was just terrible. So then there was going to be a Vampire the Masquerade remake. And they released so many things that were Vampire the Masquerade something else. And they ended up just not being anything that is really
What was the game you said? What was the game? A something.
Talos Principle.
Talos. I do not have that, unfortunately.
And then I got the Witcher 3 for free. So I was like, I'm going to play all 3 Witchers in order. And I barely got through the first Witcher.
The first Witcher is very clunky. Very clunky. The second one is good. They started, finding a control scheme that actually worked. And then the third one is really good. I did not play the expansion, though.
And then Witcher 4, that's going to focus on Ciri, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
And then there's some Japanese thing.
It's called Twilight Pioneers, maybe, which is a dead game now.
Yeah.
Played 32 minutes of it, and I was like, no. Because I think this was when my wife and I were trying to find a new MMO. Because we play MMOs together.
I mean, that's fun.
We tried everything. Soul Worker, which has waifus. The one that was fun for a while. What's the name of it? I know I saw it
We
up here and I
played the
passed by
old
it.
Tomb Raiders.
All of the Assassin's Creeds. Yes, I've played all of the old Tomb Raiders.
Yeah.
440
How
in
are
your
they
Steam library
today?
TBD. I have no idea. I haven't played them recently. I didn't know you were
Right.
asking.
Now you saw that you had a bunch in the list there.
Oh yeah, I have. I don't think I've played them. The ones that I did play are the Castlevania old ones. Oh, so good. Still hold up.
I like the Skyrim a lot, way more than I thought I would.
They're not old. They're
But that's
retro.
also one of those. That's also one of those things. You know, I went around and OP'd myself to the teeth. And then it's like, all right, so I must be ready for the main quest now. And turns out the main quest is like 5 freaking hours. And then it's over.
They're mature. They're cougars, if you ask me. Tomb Raider. OP'd, you said? Right? I can't
Maybe
recommend
now I
it.
can actually play Cyberpunk
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
with good
I didn't get very far in that either. I thought I would like it
beat
a lot more than I did.
It was a good game. Did you play when it was brand new?
No. It was fairly recent. It's not on this computer
Alright.
because I was playing it on that computer over there.
Alright.
That's the one with the graphics card.
Yeah, I did Cyberpunk
Secret
when it was
World.
new, and then I did it again now that the expansion came out, and it's an entirely different game. It's changed so much.
I don't know if this game is still live, but this was a pretty fun MMO for a while. But I like the fantasy aspect of it. I just don't like that they focus predominantly on horror fantasy. But it had a really good story for the core game playthrough. Samhain. I miss Samhain in 2021. So sad. I guess we didn't go through these in detail.
But I mean, Assassin's Creed. I played Assassin's Creed on my 360.
Not that
Since
you
then,
peed.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed.
TVD heard you say you peed yourself instead of you OP'd yourself.
Oh. Well, close enough. Or something.
Close enough. I mean, I'm about to pee myself with how much I'm laughing. My bladder is completely full.
Well, I mean, that's good, I guess, right? Means you're having fun.
Yeah.
I do not have any of the Assassin's Creed games here.
Oh. The only one that I liked was Origins. It was so good. And I tried thank you, Duke. I tried to drink the rest of them. I tried to play the rest of them, and
yeah,
like these are all the side games that are 2D scrollers or but the actual Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla. I haven't even played Valhalla yet because I'm like, I didn't really enjoy Odyssey that much, and I haven't finished it.
Yes, what you're saying is I shouldn't get Assassin's Creed.
I mean, if you're gonna get Assassin's Creed Origin.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
They're not, you don't need to play them in order or anything. You can enjoy them anyways.
You can.
I know
but the
what
Batman
you should
Arkham
get.
series.
Oh yeah, I love those.
I love them.
But you really feel OP in those games.
Yeah, you do.
Right? Yeah. Like
you just combo the whole or not combo. You
people and just button mash from there and.
Oh, not really button mash. I don't button mash.
But pretty close to it.
You just wait for the little thingy above your head and always push the counter attack.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called. That's
but in
the
between
most
that is just attack button and he does a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's really nice. I mean, it really flows between different punches and counters and whatnot. You and me should play Satisfactory.
I'm not into those types
No?
of games. See, this is why I asked you what types of games you're into so that I could recommend games that you would possibly like. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not into those types of games.
All right. Yeah, the biggest problem with that is that you get addicted.
It's fun for a lot
Yeah,
of
what
people.
Mojo said.
Not fun for me though.
Yeah. No,
Dragon
that's
is
fine
another
then.
game that's kind of like Myst series.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to no, the disappearance of Edith Finch, the something of Edith Finch is pretty cool.
Did you ever play Deus Ex Human Revolution?
Yes, I started it. I have it on GOG because it was a giveaway. And I couldn't play very much of it because first-person shooters. I'm not into them anymore, apparently.
All right. Yeah.
But I loved the original Deus Ex Machina. It was so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna love this. New graphics, same gameplay-ish, same kind of upgrade your thing. I'm gonna love this. And
Ish.
I've changed.
I'm not sure if it's the same kind of game, but I liked it.
Oh.
Again, I like the story. So. Oh, The Expanse. Is there a game? Oh,
there's a game for it.
So it's gotcha.
It's very story based, and I loved the show, the series.
Yeah. Have you read the books?
I haven't. I probably should.
They are awesome.
I probably should. I didn't know.
Yeah, they are really good.
The Expanse books. Yeah, definitely. All of the Elder Scrolls, which again came part of a Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
Most likely. We tried playing Elder Scrolls Online. We enjoyed it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then stopped enjoying it.
I can hear a butt in there.
Well, we missed Lineage 2. So what we ended up doing is finding a Lineage 2 private server that we host, and we just play that.
All right.
The original Lineage, because that's the kind of MMO we were looking for. Final Fantasy XIV Online, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We thoroughly enjoyed, but after a while it got to where we either couldn't complete the content because we only duo, or we just kind of got tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I played Final Fantasy 14 for a while, and then I stopped, and I kept paying for it for a year before I said,
yeah, we did
what
too.
The heck? Yeah.
And then we stopped paying for it.
Yeah.
I haven't played Forspoken
I know
yet.
what I should play with my insane graphics card. Plague Inc.
Plague Inc. I will look that one up. Before I look that one up, Forspoken, if you liked Horizon, there's some similarity in gameplay and style, I think. There aren't mecha robots or anything, but yeah, this is kind of like somewhere between Horizon and Nier.
Yeah.
I played a demo of it, and it was funnish, but I don't know if it would be able to hold my attention with. Right now, I'm so passionate about music that that's what I want to do with my time.
€80.
Yeah, it's expensive.
That is a lot of money for a game.
I got it as a giveaway, of course.
Nice.
I'm not gonna pay for stuff that I'm not super excited about. I've definitely paid for all of the Final Fantasies because addictions.
Yeah.
Even if it's not something I like anymore. Game of Thrones Winter is coming. No idea what it's like, but it's in my library. Halo Infinite, no idea what it's like, but it's in my library. If you are into just straight puzzle after puzzle after puzzle after puzzle after puzzle, that give you a nice endorphin hit. Try Islands of Insight. I'm pretty sure this one is free. I can't remember. Are you free?
Islands of Insight. No, it's $30. It's not that terrible.
Well, I must have gotten it when it was free. Because I wouldn't have gotten constructor, then properties, or properties, then constructors. Primary constructor. Unless you have multiple constructors, if that's what you're asking. But I put my public stuff underneath the constructor and private read-only fields, private fields and read-only fields above constructor. Let's pretend we're
I
not
don't
that
like primary constructors because I feel like I don't get enough control over the access levels of my inputs.
Oh, I think I know this
Yeah,
one.
it is not a graphically intensive game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about trying to kill humanity.
Right, and then they were using information gathered from the people playing this to solve COVID or something.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It's actually quite fun. But it's mostly fun on mobile, I think. At least for me.
What is it, TBD? We want to know. But yeah, the for
Mojo,
me,
constructor is the first method.
Yes,
function.
first method, which is why
So
people put
read-onlys-
the public properties above constructor, but I don't like that. I like putting the properties under the constructor to separate it from the rest of the methods.
Yeah, no. I'll put read-onlys, privates, and privates, my privates. They are private variables. Then if I have any private properties, then public properties, then the constructor. And off that, it is mostly a POS pattern.
Piece it together pattern.
Nah, pile of stuff.
That's what I said. Piece it together pattern.
Yeah. The method ends up where my cursor was when I started writing it.
Jeez. Yeah, I still have a lot of hot mess in my code when it comes to where my methods go. I use regions. I love regions, but you hear quite often that if you use regions, it's often, I'm saying often a lot now, a sign of a code smell. Maybe too many methods in one class. You probably need to break things out.
I think
understandable.
A good rule of thumb is if you have a region, put that in a separate class. But I also use regions.
Yeah.
Never when I start out. That is when I go in and say, I can't find anything here, so I better, organize this.
Right. I can show an example of it in this open source project. That's going to make people not want to contribute to it. So if we look at the state class, for example, and I collapse everything, and we have the events region for all of the event funcs, public methods, which there's only one, callback registration, file handler. I mean, just goes on. But it's only 296 lines of code. And those things do belong here, but at the same time, this could be a separate class. This could be a
your public methods region is 9 lines long.
Yeah.
2 of which
but it was
I
mostly
assume
because I had
regions.
other regions. Yeah.
Yeah.
two other regions, and one is the inherit doc comment.
Okay, nice. Perfect.
But these could be separate classes and stuff, but
yeah.
It made sense.
I saw one thing, and
yes,
I also saw a interview with, I think his name is Steve Sanderson, the main architect and creator of C#. Is that Sanderson?
Wait, that's Mads.
No, Sanderson is Blazer. What's his name?
Mads Torgerson.
Yeah, that's the one who was.
There was someone before Mads, but Mads picked it up like when it was C#2 or something.
So he got asked by Nick Shapses, like, what do you regret most about .NET and C#? He had a very clear answer, which was events.
Really?
Yeah. Because you don't know which order they're gonna execute in.
Fire
yada
on,
yada
you
yada.
don't know which thread you're gonna be on.
I use
when
callbacks
it fires.
these days.
Yeah, I would too, except you can only register one thing to an event callback.
Yeah, you are right. We could chain them. You could make a list of callbacks.
List of callback. Well, that's called the observable pattern, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, where you have a whole bunch of things that register themselves to the it's pretty much an event, but it's not an event because it's a class, and the methods get registered in a collection of fire this event, then this event, then this event, then this event,
Right.
or
See, I
invoke this
don't know
method, then this
patterns.
method, then this method. I
Yeah,
don't either.
I don't know
I was
patterns.
looking that one up recently, is what happened.
Yeah. So now I know a thing I didn't know earlier. So now today
Yeah,
isn't
but
wasted.
there's two things though. And the reason I needed to look up observable is because we were integrating that work application that I used to work on with an Angular project. And in Angular, in a lot of JavaScript y stuff, it's just super easy to do observable direction. I don't want to call
Yeah.
it pattern because there's the observable pattern and then there's iObservable class or interface, which is
I
different.
I've got a
That's what it's called,
basic
observer
thing
design.
on GitHub, which is an event aggregator, which is a good pattern, but that can also easily turn into spaghetti
Yeah. So I
if
learned
you're
a little
using
bit
it wrong.
about what's it called, TBD? Event sourcing? Event. Anyway, I learned some of that from TBD streams.
Mm-hmm.
Deflex is like I'm back. Well, first, core, as in CPU core, um, says I miss ReSharper's code cleanup that would reorder your members based on your settings. I don't have ReSharper anymore. There are some like CodeMade or who's your other friend? Code Rushed
Yeah.
has their extension in Visual Studio that you can get for free. But
Anna is on, by
that
the
does
way.
stuff like that.
Just saying.
What about Amazon?
Anna is on.
Anna. Yes, except she's
Yeah.
playing Avowed.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
And I was like, I'd lurk on her
Um,
stream, but I don't want to watch people playing games
yeah,
unless they're developing that game.
my brain just remembered, I usually lurk on her stream, and then I kind of blanked out. So didn't blank
But
out
Canny
then, but
is
I blanked
on,
out now.
and Red Squirg. I can look on their streams. That will do.
I got ReSharper again because I got it for free.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still share that, of course, because not everyone knows about that.
Everyone
But Deflex
probably
said
knows about that
first
now, but yeah.
that
Go.
he's back. He had the Mrs. Column. So we felt your loss deeply. We felt you being away in our hearts. We were sad without you, but we're so happy that you're back. The question I had about plumbing, and I can join voice channel, is do you guys think a tankless heater is worth the extra money? There are the ones that heat the water in real time, a signal R for water, if you will. It's okay if y'all have moved on to .NET stuff. We were talking games earlier. Or stuff that's more relevant to the stream. TBD says no, Mads is the maintainer. Yes, exactly. So the same guy that's one of those responsible for Turbo Pascal Delphi, that's the guy responsible for Anders, but it's pretty much his now.
Let's see.
I also hate events in C#. Event sourcing, yeah, so I did name it correctly. And then you have a thing to look at too. And that got me ReSharper for the price of 3. And the image link is the quote I got. Okay. I'm caught up. Go ahead. Then don't.
Just on this, I think I would go for the one with the tank because when you, for example, shower, you can buffer the water slowly and then use it while, when you need to use a lot. While if you have a tankless, it's got to heat it up as it goes, which means you might have a higher energy cost. Plus, it is like $5,000 cheaper, so.
And I don't have an opinion on it.
But why are you using gas to heat your water?
Oh yeah. We are, because that's what our area has. That's how our house was built. Yeah, and the tankless would be more efficient. It's one of those things like, would you do an app service versus a full OS virtual machine to host your app? That's kind of the analogy
if it is
between
more efficient,
tankless to standard.
How long are you planning to have it before it breaks down?
Yeah, that's another question.
I mean, if it's more efficient, then yeah. What's the warranty?
I mean,
and then
is
add
it $5,000 more efficient? Is what D-Flex is kind of asking for opinions on.
Yeah, and that's why you need to know the warranty time, and then you take that and add 1 month, and you know how long it'll last.
I'm pulling you in, D-Flex, in 3, 12, 18. It's just waiting, but yeah.
Hello, D-Flux. You're muted. Or you're just not saying anything.
No, he's unmuted. It's just, I'm sure he's having issues with his mic.
Yeah, I mean, muted on his
end.
end.
A second. Yeah, he's unmuted.
Oh.
It's just not coming through yet.
Yeah,
Inputs.
There. You got it.
I heard a thing.
There you go. Oh, that's weird. I guess I've turned off NVIDIA Broadcast to start up automatically with Windows.
Oh. No, that happens to me sometimes. I never turn it off, but sometimes NVIDIA doesn't actually start up when I restart.
Interesting.
But not
Yeah, I rebooted like once. This is like I've rebooted like, I don't know, since before, like last year. So well, okay. Yeah, I don't want to take up really, because it's not really relevant to your guys' stream. But I just had a guy quote out for that, and like I heard about tankless heaters before. In England, they're a lot more popular because they're compactor. They go on the wall, and then they use less gas, so it's cheaper electricity wise, or gas bill wise. And that's because, like, you think like a gas tank has to sit there and keep the 50 gallons of hot water piping hot all night long when you don't need it, and that's the efficiency saving.
So, did you read Core's comment, by the way?
Oh, let's do that. I have the Navian. Unless you recycling the pump, you need to wait about 2 minutes before hot water comes out. So the one I'm getting has a small, I think it was like 1 gallon tank inside it that like it maintains that, and so as the 1 gallon as it sends that, it's heating up the thing, so you always have hot water. So it has a small gas heater tank inside it. I don't know how big it is actually. I might Google that. But that's what the guy explained that to me. He's like, so this thing has a small tank inside it, and that when you first turn the heat on, you get what's in the small tank. And by the time the small tank is emptied, it's like not elements, I think what he called it. The equipment they use is now can provide the unlimited hot water, basically.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that, sure, you have to keep the water hot in a tank, but those tanks are insanely well insulated.
Oh dear.
I can hear myself.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. But it will heat it and then keep it hot slowly, while the tankless one has to, keep heating it all the time, or rather, it needs to heat it quickly as it goes through.
Right.
Which means that, for example, if you're showering and you like showering very warm, it's going to be more costly to do that shower than it would be to do it with a tank. Make sense?
No, I mean, I think like on net, if you're going on net, then like all the heat that's expended whilst you're in bed costs way more. Like there is like it's like 40% savings on your gas bill, comparatively. So on that, like, I get what you're saying, like that particular 5 minutes of shower, but you've got to factor in like the 12 hours when the tank is in the basement heating water for no reason.
Yeah, absolutely. So
the other thing that's like worth mentioning about the product is the gas tank I currently have in the basement. Its 15th birthday is today, or not today, but like this year, and they typically last 10 to 15 years, as opposed to the tankless one, which ChatGPT says 20 years plus, because they're not like, it's a lot more efficient, and so there's a lot less things that can go wrong and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the other part of it. It's like a long-term saving.
It'll cost you half as much to run, half as much plus change.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I am listening on speaker. Let me turn that off. I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it'll cost you just over half as much to run. Right? So it's almost, half the price to use it.
Yeah.
You can expect 20 years. And I say expect because who knows what's going to happen.
Right.
Could break down the day after warranty, as I said. I think it might be a good idea to go with the more expensive one, even though it's 5,000 US more expensive.
Yeah, and that's the other question. Like, I don't know if anyone's had like any recent plumbing work or ever had one of these installed. I have no clue if that's like a fair price or if that's like the company that you're seeing the quote from is like the top rated one locally. So I imagine there's $1,000 of buffer there that I'm willing to pay because I want, someone that's really trusted to do the work. I don't want to like hire some dude standing outside of Lowe's. So I don't mind paying the $1,000 more, but if it's like $3,000 or $4,000 difference, like, well, maybe I need to get a different company that's a little bit more stringent with what they, with I guess conversation or whatever.
We've got a bit of a different system here. We've got remote heating, so there's a whole system of hot water running around the cities. And then we have heat exchangers on that, so we get local hot water. But we do have tanks.
Obviously, is that because like hot water isn't hot all the time, or why do you have tanks then?
Because we're they don't want us to more or less, go full speed on the heat exchanger from the net because so many others are fed by it.
Interesting.
But that water is like 90 degrees or 95 or something. It's really, really hot.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah. And these pipes are, they've got a diameter of 2 meters. They're huge.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know a guy in Iceland they literally like defrost the roads with hot water from the pipes. Like they don't put, there's no water on the roads. The pipe is underneath the road, and it defrosts the road from the fact that the pipe is hot.
Yeah, but Iceland is cheating. They have Geo.
Yeah, the Geo. Yeah. That's what they have. Yeah. So it's basically free.
Yeah, it's just let's dig down a pipe. Oh, it's now hot.
Yep.
My local heating plant is about 15 kilometers away, and they burn rubbish. What's it called? Garbage. Literal garbage.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. We
just put it in the
import
pile.
Garbage to Sweden.
You also export it too in the form of software you write. I'm joking. That's
in form of what?
In the software that you write. I'm joking. So
yeah.
Software
Me.
developer.
Absolutely.
Findor, yeah.
Mine is you've seen my streams.
Yeah, I love your streams. Welcome back to streaming. We missed you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not sure. Were you there yesterday or
yeah. I was in and out. I was definitely there. I saw you coughing. I had you sometimes in a background tab, and then you'd forget to mute. I'm like, oh, Findle's. Yeah, we should turn the tab and turn it down a bit.
Yeah, I try to remember, and it still feels bad. I've been doing this all year.
Yeah, me too. I've had a cough. I got a cold during the Christmas, and then I have kept it since.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me. A really bad cold, or maybe a flu. And then
it was a really bad cold. I honestly, I'm a conspiracy theorist sometimes, so I think it's because everyone had got like the same coronavirus jab that we're now like susceptible to this like cough. That's like literally like everyone I know has had this cough.
I have been jabbed for many years now.
Well, you got the COVID-19.
Yeah, back in like 2020.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But no, that's my conspiracy theory. I've derailed the stream.
I'd rather say that we got corona, you know, because
Yeah.
vaccine has worn off. So who
Maybe.
knows?
But you know,
Who
so
knows?
Core
thank you,
Count said I should
TBD.
just post the question in plumbing. I'm like, the reason I kind of want to ask it in this audience is because like we're all in the same industry with the same, you know, sort of like, I don't know, like same bracket. And so it's like I want to get your guys' perspective because I think it's like where I'm at as well. But like if I post it to like our plumbing, everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's so expensive. I can do it for $10.99. It's like I don't want the $10.99 offer.
Yeah. There is pretty much there's two things I don't touch at home. That is the main junction box on the electric. I can do, you know, new outlets, and I can pull new outlets and pull cable. That's fine. I don't touch the junction box because I'm scared, and I don't do liquids.
So that's one of the things in that the $11,000 quote is that he said I have to also run additional outlets, and so like that's one of the things that we need. So that's in there as well. It's worth mentioning. And obviously, like I don't do any of that because you have to be like, if you do it wrong and then you go to sell your house, they like slap you about, but like no, we have to like replace all this shit because you decided to do it yourself instead of hiring a licensed person that has a record of it.
It's not difficult to do it right though.
This is true. I mean,
but you have to know what you're doing, and preferably you should be comfortable and confident about it, or you shouldn't do it.
Right. That's my thing. Is like I did electrical engineering when I was in school, but like that I learned how a plug works, and I've replaced like fuses and plugs and shit. But I don't want to like violate some building code.
Yeah,
because I know how to do it. You know,
I want to stay behind the fuse, which is why I don't touch the junction.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Does anyone in chat, out of curiosity, have a tankless heater? I know Tyndall says he doesn't. I don't think online does. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I think, is this Navian thing that you were talking about, core tankless?
Yeah, that's the one in the quote that you had up.
Oh, okay.
He has the same. Yeah, I guess he has like the one that mine has is like has the additional like it calls it like a buffer tank thing, and that's what he was saying. He doesn't have the buffer tank in his, so I guess it takes like 2 minutes to actually heat up the water, which is like that's not good. But yeah, it has a half a gallon. Right? No, I'm in the United States of America.
All right. I don't know anything. You said England before, so
yeah,
I have no idea about that.
I live very close to His Majesty's Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
and I could have been living in Minnesota.
There you go.
With all the
other
other
than the
Swedes.
North American province of Denver.
Yes.
Yeah, it has a half a gallon buffer tank, which I don't know. Like, if you're in a shower, how quickly do you go through half a gallon?
I mean, it was funny that you said 5-minute shower. I was like, who takes 5-minute showers?
No, true. Now, I mean, half a gallon, that's under a minute.
Yeah, so they're suggesting that they can get like the hot water going in under a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn on your faucet at full speed and fill up. I'm not sure how large your
I could have taken a 5-gallon bucket and measure it.
Yeah. I can almost promise you that you will go through half a gallon in no time.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like half a gallon is like maybe 30 seconds to me.
Yeah.
We have good water pressure, so it'll go quickly.
But then again, I mean, you could just start the water, hide yourself away from the water for 30 seconds until it kicks on, and then shower.
Yeah, I mean, I do that anyway, right? Because you have to get through the cold water that's sitting in the pipe. So.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll get cold water, hot water, cold water, and then you can shower.
You get cold water, hot water, cold water, hot water, then you can shower. Is that true? I don't think that's true.
No, I mean, for you, if you don't have a tank, so First, you clean out the pipes, then you empty out the half a gallon tank, and then you get cold water until it starts up, and then you get hot water again.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not going to get annoying.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I'm starting to not like it all the time. Because like I think it's more popular in England just because it's like because gas is so expensive in England. But I don't know. Now you're making it sound like I'd just rather pay the extra. Like gas is so cheap here. Why just have a 50-gallon in the basement of fucking?
Check what Core said.
What did Core say? Google says average flow rate in the USA is between 6 to 12 gallons per minute. Yeah, so like less than 30 seconds. And we live in a quite like the water pressure is good in our area, so it's probably to the upper end.
There are many benefits to taking cold showers, though. Just saying.
There are. I mean, you're talking to a guy who does ice bathing in the winter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So nice.
It's good.
You should stream
I haven't
it.
done this year. No.
Stream it.
No.
Let's see you go, polar bear.
Nah. But totally other topic. You sit down in a sauna.
Is it going to be done in 2 minutes?
Like half an hour. Yeah, it's quick. You sit down in a sauna for 30 minutes. You get real warm to your core. You run outside. You jump into really, really cold water. No, not tub. Lake. Like you hack up a hole in the ice and you jump in there. You jump in there. Your skin shrinks by 2 sizes. Stay in for 10 seconds. You get up. You go into the sauna, and your entire body just prickles. It's awesome.
And the
it hurts,
proteins
and
activate.
you don't want to do it, but afterwards, it's just, I love this. Yeah,
and your fight or flight turns in, and just all the benefits happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, it's time for stand up.
Yes.
We're getting close to that time. Yes.
I
yes.
swear.
Well, I mean, like, it's Twitch. People use language.
No, I
don't care.
I think of this stream as like a rather like work-related stream, and I have a problem with swearing at work. This is my problem.
I see.
Yeah.
Totally.
I try not to swear.
Yeah. I apologize.
Yeah. I used to swear tons. I try not to. Anyways, let's go in reverse order.
What is reverse order?
Last in.
What is reverse order?
What's reversed order? You were last in. Do your stand-up.
Oh, so I'm going first. Okay. Yeah, I'll go first. So this week, I've been working on getting myself a job and being a productive member of society. I was supposed to start a job on Monday, but they waited until like the Friday before to give me the offer letter, and the offer letter was way below what we agreed in terms of compensation. So I said, and then he ghosted me until yesterday, where she texted me and says, maybe we can meet in the middle. So that's fun. Other than that, I've had like interviews and a couple phone calls with a couple of recruiters. That's been going nice. Current blockage is no one has given me a good offer letter that I can sign yet. So that's my hold up. If we can get someone on the American economy to fix that, would be great.
I can send you a contract to sign.
Sure.
It'll be a random contract, not anything about work, but
no, I have to. As long as it pays, I could be. You can put whatever language you want in there. I'll read it. Obviously, if it
doesn't have to pay. Yeah.
Well, that's messed up. This is America, okay? We don't do that stuff here. That communism, we don't want it for free. That's my stand-up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any blockers? Other than waiting on the other
US
dude?
economy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just waiting on that guy to get. I'm waiting for a phone call from him at some point. But yeah. No,
the blocker is him.
Blocker is him. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if even if he calls me back, I don't know if I even want to do halfway between what I said I wanted and versus where he's at.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wish you the best with that. All right then.
Yeah. Thank you.
Man. So let's see. I started the week with being fairly chill. And then I ended the week with realizing, I have a demo on Friday.
Oh, no.
This doesn't work. what am I going to do? So I kind of panicked, and I got to work in about 2 hours before the demo. So typical.
And you did
way
the
of doing
demo
things.
already, then I take it?
Yeah, I did the demo. It went well. Customer is happy.
Awesome. Yay!
And I was panicking, but it worked out. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'll be doing this weekend. I will be doing something. Probably playing a game with my new toy.
Oh,
And no blockers.
awesome.
Yeah.
And for my stand-up, I took today off of work, so I didn't get anything done this morning, work-related, but since the last stream, I did finish up the field mapper editor, put in that custom row, overwrote the row, and now I'm using the same dialogue that we already created to configure the lab lot. And then Monday I will clean it up some more. We'll have the stream and hopefully deploy it. So yay.
So
Other than that,
hold on. The field mapper is done.
The field mapper step where I was trying to customize how you assign the lab lot information, because the lot needed to be generated by the application, and the core this thingy, the data import utility, doesn't doesn't have anything related to that. It's for the lab results specific application. So I made a way to
go.
Yeah, I made a way to be able to customize a single row of the of the field editor instead of the entire component. So that's done.
Yep.
Any stand-ups in chat, as Thindle would say? Thank you for another great week. Appreciate you. May your weekend be awesome. Same. Nice.
Yeah, same.
I'm
gonna jump out. So thank you very much, everyone, and I will see you around.
Yes, thank you, Thindle.
Bye.
And thank you, Deflux. Any last words for the rest of the stream?
Thank you for streaming as always. Every time I want to say I really appreciate you streaming. So sometimes I'm not around, sometimes I get distracted by other streams, but I always appreciate you all taking the time to make this great content for the community. So thank you, and thank you everyone in chat, because if you weren't here in chat, One Online might get disheartened. So definitely come back for more.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Hit the follow, subscribe. You know, hit the. You have also post to YouTube, so hit subscribe on the YouTube page. Right? Yeah, all these things.
I do.
Yep. You also on Twitter, on X. Follow One Online on X. Join the Discord community.
I don't use social media. I might have them, but I don't use those.
I think it's cool. Like even if you don't use it, like even if I think it's just cool to have like if you ever did, like 3 years from now, post something to do with .NET on X, that'd be awesome. You know what I mean? Like it's just cool to have. So see all those buttons, click them all. Make the stream keep happening. So I appreciate you One Online and everyone in chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was like, what is this extra sound that I'm hearing? Because I didn't realize that Duca actually did a shout out for me. So I do have a oh gosh. I'm gonna go to this screen. We're gonna end. I can't tell, like, play has been going for 1,000,000 hours. I can't tell if he's about to end or anything, but he's going to be our raid target. But thank you, Deflux. Thank you, Thindle, for the conversations. Thank you, TBD, Dukesoft, Core, the new follower that I'm not going to say your name, but I really appreciate your follow. Exist. Thank you all for being here. President, I remember seeing President say something. All of you who are lurking and just hanging out in the lurking mode, and Mojo is here. Thank you so much for your lurks. It is very, very meaningful. I will be back again on Monday for a regular workday stream, and that'll be at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time, which is UTC -7 currently. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Have fantastic times. I gotta actually type in Clay man _dev. Nope, no underscore. Wait, yes underscore. Confused myself. We're gonna raid Clay if he's gonna still be going. He's been working on an interactive game but his core game is called Epic Hero Game. You can see it on Steam. Feel free to check it out. But right now, this interactive stream game just looks so much fun. It's ragdoll physics, rigid body stuff, race to the end. It's going to be fun times. Whoa. I turned his volume up because he wasn't talking, and there was some noises on there that I was not expecting. Okay, ciao for now. His stream is intended for mature audiences. I don't have that tag or that setting turned on my stream, so if you aren't into that, you are not required to stay on. If you aren't allowed to, I recommend you don't. Allowed. Okay, ciao for now. That's it for me.